Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. In this video, I would like to describe to you how I prepare chicken for stir frying. Now, I want to be able to cook chicken anytime I want, so I developed a system that I can take chicken from the freezer and ready to be stir frying in the wok in less than 10 minutes without thawing them out in the microwave. I used to purchase frozen chicken breast, and every time I want to cook chicken, I would take one piece of chicken breast out of the freezer and I would thaw them out in the microwave. Unfortunately, I really don't like the result. And furthermore, after I thaw them out, I have to slice them so that they will be ready for stir frying. And this usually would take me somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes to get ready for me to cook the chicken. Consequently, I did not eat chicken very often because I found that to be too cumbersome. I have now changed everything how I prep chicken for stir frying. Now, using this new method, I'm able to have chicken anytime I want. I learned this method from my cousin Marge. It turned out to be one of the best way to prep chicken for the purpose of stir frying. And that idea actually is very simple. What she does is that she will cut up the chicken after she brings that back from the supermarket. And she will freeze them in such a way that when she's ready to cook chicken, she can thaw them out in a bowl of lukewarm water in somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. This method is much better than to thaw the chicken out in a microwave because it will preserve the quality of the chicken. I now eat chicken about 3 times a week, and I don't need to make any specific plan for me to cook chicken because I know anytime I would like to have some chicken, I will have the chicken ready for me for stir frying in about 5 to 10 minutes. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. Now I have plenty of opportunity to practice stir frying my chicken. Consequently, I have become very creative in using chicken in many different types of dishes. And my wife and I eat a diet frequently known as a flexitarian diet. It is a diet that it is low in meat and high in vegetables. And usually meats only comprise about 10% of the calories that we obtain from this diet. Consequently, each meal we usually use about 8 ounces of chicken for both of us. Our dishes mainly focus on the vegetables, and the chicken or any other protein used primarily as a condiment rather than as the main ingredients. Using this method, now we can have chicken about 3 times a week, and we enjoy the chicken far more than we were before. I discovered that having a good knife is very important for prepping the chicken, and I use a ceramic knife, and it turned out to be probably one of the best knives for this purpose because the knife stays sharp for much longer as compared to steel knife. This advanced prepping method also helped me to save money because I can now buy a relatively large package of chicken, and they usually comes in about a 5-pound to 6-pound package, and they frequently refer this as a family pack. The primary advantage of using this system is that I can package the chicken in the exact amount how I like for each meal. In the past, I find that the entire chicken breast is a bit too much for a particular meal. And I now use a Ziploc sandwich bag, which is the perfect size to store about 8 ounces of chicken. Most of the time, I use up the chicken that I prep in about 1 to 2 months. So that's just about right, and the Ziploc sandwich bag does a good job. When I purchase the chicken, I always purchase them fresh without frozen. So when I freeze them, I will not affect their quality when I thaw them out. This method is also highly economical. It's definitely good on my food budget. It usually takes me about somewhere between 1 hour to prep 5 pounds of chicken. The time is well spent because I will get about 10 package of chicken. And even if I have chicken 3 times a week, this will last me for 3 weeks. If I eat chicken more often, I probably will prep a larger batch. I remember once one of my friends told me that after he adopted this method to prep chicken, he said that this is like investment and like money you put in the bank, and you can withdraw them anytime you want with great convenience. He told me that he loved chicken, and quite often he would eat chicken about 5 to 6 times a week, but that was not always been the case for him. I learned from him that once he purchased 40 pounds of chicken from a local chicken farm at a great price. He actually paid only $1 per pound of chicken breast, and he took the chicken, put them all in the freezer after he brought them home. However, he told me that it's very difficult for him to eat them because it's the same thing as I talked about earlier. When he thawed it out, he usually have to thaw it in the microwave, and he doesn't like that at all. So he find it eating chicken using this particular method is much easier. He told me that after he learned how to use this method, he went home and he thawed out all his chicken breasts and he prepped them exactly the way as I shown you here using this advanced prepping system. Here I want to show you several things that you need to keep in mind when you prep the chicken. First is that after you put the chicken in the Ziploc bag, which I usually put 8 ounces, you should fold the bag in such a way to push out all the air. It is kind of like vacuum prepping. This will reduce the air being trapped inside the bag, and this will keep away from getting frost accumulation. The 8 ounce is perfect to fit into a Ziploc sandwich bag, and if you use too big a bag, and there would be too much space in the bag. If you use too large, and the chicken will not be able to spread out in a single layer. The single layers is very important, and when I freeze them in a flat configuration. And then I stand up after they have been frozen so that I can save space. On top of that, when I put them in a vertical position, I can flip through them just like I flip through some files in a file cabinet. And I put the label right on the top edge of the flap, and this will allow me to see them very easily. I find that freezing the chicken in this configuration is very effective when I try to thaw them out, because this will provide maximum surface area for the chicken to be in contact with water. So I put the chicken in a bowl of lukewarm water, and this will allow me to thaw them out, usually between 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to thaw them out a little bit faster, then you can make the water a little bit warmer. This will not causing the type of burning that you sometimes are confronted with thawing the chicken out in the microwave oven. Using this method, I can cook chicken as often as I would like, because I know I can have the chicken ready to go from the freezer to the wok in less than 10 minutes. So quite often, the first thing I walk in the kitchen in the evening before I cook is to go into the freezer and to grab a package of chicken and put them in a bowl of warm water for thawing. With this approach, I can cook chicken as often as I would like. And as the saying goes, practice makes perfect. I'm able to improve my skill in cooking chicken, both in terms of using different methods to cook them, as well as to create different type of dishes that I will add chicken to the vegetables, and this greatly enhance my vegetable consumption. When I use this method, I find that my home cooking is more efficient, creative, as well as fun. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routines. Using my fast cooking system, you will find home cooking to be practical, efficient, creative, and fun. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.